I am here at the Climbers Bivouac Trailhead near Mount St. Helens, about to start my 3-day journey around the mountain with the plan to climb it on day 3. Today the plan is to hike about 9.5 miles till we get to the Toutle River. Let's go. The trail is going to look like this for about the next 1.5 miles, and then after that is when we make it to the tree line, and the rest of the trip we will have an amazing view of St. Helens. You can see the lava flow starting to peek through over there. These pine cones here are pretty funny looking. There we go, we're finally making it above tree line. This part right here reminds me of the Three Sisters loop trip I did about a month ago. For pretty obvious reasons. You can barely see Mount Hood back there behind all that haze. What a beauty. And there you can see Mount Adams. I am absolutely cooking up this hill. My pack is about 7 pounds lighter than what it usually is. So my shoulders feel great. My legs feel great. I could probably go 20 miles. This is where the actual Lewitt Trail begins, so we're going to be going that way down there and coming back that way. This part of the trail is kind of giving off Mount Hood vibes. It's just super beautiful. I'm already very impressed by this trail, so I'm excited to see what the rest of it has to offer. This part of the trail can be pretty tricky to find sometimes. It's just going through a bunch of boulders. I have no idea where the trail is right now. You just kind of have to take a step forward. There's St. Helens over there standing proud. I don't think there even is an actual trail here. I'm just kind of hopping between trail markers. And just when I think I find the trail again, it disappears. These rocks are pretty sick. Well, this definitely isn't the trail, but according to my GPS, we keep going a little. We should be able to find the trail, maybe? Yeah, I don't think I was supposed to come down that, but it worked. Those boulder fields back there were fun, but I do like being on an actual trail. It's pretty nice. That looks like an absolutely devious water slide there. Trying not to get my hopes up, but I have heard there's a lot of mountain goats up here. So I really hope I see some. That would be sick. Hey, that canyon is massive. I'm just glad I don't have to cross that with a river running through it. That would be mad sus. Once I find a nice place to sit over here, I think I'll take a break for lunch. Oh, let's go. I finally found a good spot to sit. So I'm going to stop here and have lunch. You never would have guessed it, but for lunch I'm having tuna on a tortilla with Fritos. I just finished up lunch and we have about 3.8 miles left and it is currently about 2:15. So I should be able to make it to camp easily by 4 o'clock, which is going to be really nice. Oh snap. This is the first one that I've crossed that has ropes. Whoa, it's so soundproof in here. Dude, that was so much better with ropes. This poop right here looks like bear poop, and it also looks very fresh. So I'm gonna be a little cautious in this part. The lactic acid buildup in my legs is actually crazy. So I'm gonna take a little break here before finishing off the last 2 miles. Well, something I laid in is giving me a rash on my left arm there, so hopefully that goes away. On the upside, my legs do feel better now, so that's good. This spot right here is maybe where I'm gonna camp for the night, unless there's a better spot down closer to the river. But first, I'm gonna go check out the river and fill up on water and maybe wash myself off if I can. We'll see. Oh wow. This is beautiful. This river is one of maybe 3 water sources that I'm gonna get to pull water from on this whole trip. So I'm gonna take it in. This right here looks like a spot that I could maybe lay down in and wash off a little. Ooh, that's pretty cold. It's not like freezing, but that's pretty close to freezing. Without a doubt, that is the most refreshing water I have ever gotten in. That felt amazing. Well, I think I'm gonna call this home for the night. Boom. Come on. Boom. Tonight for dinner I am cold soaking ramen. I've never actually tried cold soaking ramen before, so I'm a little nervous, but I think it'll be fine. It's looking yummy. Maybe shake it around a little. Yeah, we'll give it I don't know, 30 minutes maybe. I got my gravity water filtering set up over there, and I think the ramen might be about ready. Ooh, that looks good, doesn't it? All right, let's see how this is. You know, it's a little crunchy, but I think I could get used to this. Well, I'm pretty much settled down for the night, so the only thing left on my list to do is watching the sunset. It is 8 o'clock right now, which means it is bedtime and also the end of day 1. So I'm all cozied up here in my sleeping bag. I am currently still the only person in this camp. I feel peaceful, but also a little lonely. I would say the highlight of my day was taking a dip in the Toutle River down there. That was pretty refreshing. Tomorrow's gonna be a bit longer of a day, so it'll be a little bit harder, but who knows, maybe I will see a real human being. Maybe. Anyways, good night. Good morning, it is day 2. It is about 8:30 a.m. right now. I'm soaking some oatmeal right now that I will be eating in a couple minutes here. Today, I'm gonna be hiking about 16.5 miles to June Lake. I did sleep pretty well last night, plus it's pretty dry this morning, so that has me feeling good. But first, breakfast. All right, here we go, making our way out of camp. Oh, here we go. I hope my socks dry out. We made it. I did actually hear someone in camp this morning, but then by the time I packed up and headed out, there was no one to be found. It's crazy that that whole hillside there was washed out by this tiny little river there. I just passed a hiker back there, the first one that I've seen on this whole trail. Apparently he stayed around the same spot that I stayed last night, so that must have been what I heard. There's Spirit Lake way out in the distance over there. I love being in wide open places like this. It just feels so peaceful. Ever since coming into this area that has very little trees, it has been really windy and it feels kind of nice. Looks like there's an elk over there. Just like that, we made it to Lewitt Creek. We're gonna take a break here and fill up in some water. Boom. I spent so much time at the creek just filtering water and washing my socks and putting on blister tape that if I stayed any longer to eat lunch, I might not make it to camp in time. So today, I'm eating tuna on the trail. I was not expecting to see a creek here. This is great. Bruh, who let go of their balloon? There's a mountain goat way up there in the distance. There's another goat way down there. There's a whole herd of them way out there. There's got to be like 20 of them at least. Unfortunately, those goats were smart and they walked away from me before I could get near them. Oh well. It's crazy to think that just 6.5 hours ago, I was on the exact opposite side of that mountain right there. This canyon here is ginormous. Now that would be a sick water slide. Straight to your death. If I have to climb in and out of one more canyon, that's it. I'm just calling a helicopter after that. I guess this is what I get for complaining. So that's where I came down. That's where a really nice trail is. Would have been nice to take that. I finally made it to some enjoyable trail here that I can go a little faster on. I think the fun limit for me is about 10 miles a day. Anything more than that just kind of sucks. Let's go. Only a quarter mile left. Here we are. We made it. This is maybe the worst lake I've ever seen, but I've never been happier to see a lake. Now I just need to get camp set up, soak my ramen for dinner, and then go to bed. I really thought I'd see a couple people here because it's only about a mile away from the nearest trailhead, but I think I'm going to be alone tonight. And besides that one guy that I passed within the first couple miles today, I haven't seen anyone on the trail. For dinner, I am having creamy chicken ramen with some red pepper flakes and some Parmesan. Today was a very hard day, lots of up and down, but also lots of beautiful scenery. I think the highlight of my day today was seeing that other hiker. I think him and I are the only two people on this trail right now. Maybe I'll see some people tomorrow. My legs are very sore right now and my feet are dead. So tomorrow's going to be an interesting day. It was already going to be a really difficult day, but if my legs don't feel better tomorrow, it will be miserable but fun. Anyways, I'm going to head to bed now. Good night. Good morning. It is day 3, the final day. It is about 6 a.m. right now. I slept pretty well last night. Besides one point that I woke up to a small rodent running across the top of my tent. That was kind of weird. But now I need to pack up, eat breakfast, filter a bunch of water, and then head out for climbing Mount St. Helens. I think this is the nastiest water I've ever filtered because even after filtering it, that does not smell pleasant. Smells like a mix of doo-doo and I don't know what, maybe algae. That is gonna be not fun to drink. I'm all packed up, all stocked up on this nasty poop water, and for breakfast I'm having strawberry oatmeal. Yummy. It is 7:30 right now. I'm about to head out. It's going to be about 10 miles total today. 5.6 up to the summit of St. Helens and then 4.3 back down to the trailhead. Let's go. I don't know how I just realized this. There's a waterfall up there. I was trying to figure out where the sound was coming from. If only I could get water from there. Back on the loop. Here we go. There she is, majestic. Do you hear that? I see a little waterfall. You know what that means. I'm gonna get water that doesn't smell like poop. Let's go! I didn't think there was gonna be water there because it's so late in the season. All the other small creeks like that are dried up. That actually looks like it would be a lot of fun to slide down. Okay, I'm a little bummed out right now because this is the most silty water I've ever seen. I don't know how that's gonna filter, but I think I'm gonna give it a try because at least it doesn't taste like poop. I was able to filter 1 liter there using my shirt as a pre-filter. It took maybe 10 minutes. But I think I'm going to go ahead and filter the next 2 liters, even though it'll take forever. I just filtered a 2nd liter. That one took about 15 minutes. I had to back flush my filter. But now I have 2 good liters of water and 1 that's poopy. But I think that'll be fine, so I'm going to continue on now. This looks familiar here. This is where the climb begins. Let's go. 2.4 miles to the summit. you know, I wouldn't mind a little bit of a breeze right now. It is hot. 1.6 more miles to the top. I made it to the final mile here. It's gonna look like this for the rest of the way. So close yet so far. We made it. Let's freaking go. That's the actual summit over there. There's no way I'm doing all that just to go a few feet higher. I think I'm gonna call this good. This also seems like a nice place to have lunch. And you already know what I'm having for lunch. Tuna on a tortilla with Fritos. Yummy. I ran out of my good water, so now I have to start drinking my nasty water. Well, that was a nice long break, but it's time to make the journey all the way back down. It is so much easier going down than up. Dang. Halfway down the mountain now. I'm a little thirsty, but there's no way I'm drinking any more of that water. I'm just gonna wait till I get to the car and then drink some good water. Okay, I'm getting a little too thirsty. I'm gonna have to drink some of this water. Helps if I plug my nose. Forest is so close. Oh, it feels so good to be back on a normal dirt trail in the shade. And we only have 2 miles left till we're all done. 35 miles down, 1 to go. Let's go. I see the trailhead. We finally made it. Mile 36 out of 36. That was a tough trip. Highlight for me was probably the Toutle River. That water was pretty dang refreshing. The worst part was definitely the poopy water that I had to drink all day today. In fact, I'm gonna go find the nearest McDonald's right now. I'm gonna get a large orange Fanta and drink all of it. It's gonna feel so good. I'm so thirsty right now. Anyways, that's it. Bye.